What's up guys, Seven here, back again with another episode of Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So yes, I was right. The next episode is called Big Apple 3 PM. And I was doubly right because we are playing as Raphael. So, as always guys, if you are liking the series so far, please let me know down in the comments below what you dig about this game, if you don't dig about this game, if you played it already, what are your thoughts on it so far. I'll be giving mine at the very end of this series, as always, what I do with everything else I do, as well as who's your favorite turtle and what's your favorite episode, I suppose. So yeah, let's get some questions going on so we can see what other things we can look at while we're playing through this game. Here's a power pizza. If you collect that, you'll be pseudo invincible. You'll be doing one of your I want to say like all around moves, which lets you cover the whole area around you for a limited amount of time. It's really helpful when you're trying to collect hits and build up your hit bar, because that's another trophy in this achievement in this game. We get 250 hit combo. It's called Cowabunga. I've been trying for the longest to get that, and I don't know at what point I did, but at some point I did do it already. So I was trying to do it again, and I was like, oh wait, I already have this? How did I do that? And I was just like shell-shocked because I was like, how did I get this already? So funny thing, he can fall into holes such as that, manhole covers, and that's another thing. I'm glad that showed up too. Whenever you see stuff in here, like breakable objects, just break it. That's the main key about this game. You want to break anything you can see that is destructible, because it's either going to be collectible, it's going to give you points, or it's going to be something different.
Sorry about the bother.
So, Irma here is one of April, I think she's April's best friend that isn't a mutant. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with this series. I have, read some stuff about it, and I do have some knowledge of videos. I just need to actually sit down and watch the collection. In fact, my goal is to probably do that tomorrow, since it's going to be my last day off on a 4-day weekend. So if I'm not still trying to voice over this stuff, I might just binge watch as much as I can until I gotta go to sleep. In fact, I already found one of the secret diaries now. This is a part of side quests that all the characters have us do. At least the group of 5 characters that we need to collect stuff for. The first episode I kind of showed you where one of them was in the Studio 6 or Channel 6 building with that beating door. You want to save, was it Burn? Yeah, save Burn from there, and he'll give you a quest to find 3 headlines for him. And then Irma, as you just saw, she has a quest for us to collect 5 of her diaries. And then we find them all throughout the level. In case you want to see where they all are, once you collect one, it will give you hints of where all the other ones are. Let's say it's an episode blank, blank, and blank, however many there are. So it's not too hard to find them. It's just, you just gotta go out and look at it, destroy everything in the environment, and see what you can find. So yeah, another trophy in here, achievement, is deflecting 10 projectiles back to people, and you just do that by simply attacking the projectile at the right time to send it right back at them. You don't have to do it 10 times in a row, you just need to do it 10 times. So one of the most annoying enemies in this game is a freaking motorcycle dudes over here, because you gotta want to time it right when you go and attack them. Basically, once they do their wheelies, that's pretty much not when you want to attack them, because you're going to be left stranded. For the most part, in the beginning, others started, I always did a falling attack to attack them. And honestly, I could just stand still and just attack them normally. As long as it's before their animation for when they go for the wheelie, you'll be fine. And since I just died, I could have used that pizza a lot sooner, so I didn't have to waste a life right there, but it's so. As you see too, I do have Raphael at level... Actually no, I think he's still... Actually no, I think I got every turtle up to at least level 1 when I was doing these first few videos, just so it's not too difficult, but for the most part, the levels don't matter too terribly. I would say really all it's good for is getting extra attacks. They do increase your health bar 3 times, throughout the level up process, as well as give you like new super moves when you're in the air and stuff. But for the most part, I always do like the ground one just because I'm not always thinking to jump in the air and then use my super ninja bar to actually do an attack. So they don't worry too terribly much. I think I showed off in the dojo the leveling system for this. Pretty much each and every time you defeat an opponent, it gives you, I want to say, at least 1 point. I think there are certain characters that give more points than others when you defeat them. I'm not 100% sure. I definitely know bosses do that, but yeah. Pretty much what you want to do is gather points to increase their levels to level 10, which is the maximum. And that's one of the trophies too that I mentioned before in the first video, getting everyone up to level 10 to max. And it's just time consuming. It's not hard, it's just time consuming, especially when you have to do it 7 times. So that mainly means you replaying these stages over and over again, trying to get challenges done, collecting all the collectibles, as well as, you know, roughing up those points in the stage as fast as you can to just level up everyone while you're doing it. And for the most part, I think I have like 3 episodes left that I need to actually like fully do, but they're like mostly levels where it's like completed without taking any damage, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I don't know how I even managed to do it on the first level, but you know what, it's because it's the first level. I can easily like do that if I just focus. And I also did it by making sure I wasn't stingy with my super bar, like I said before in the prior video. Make sure you're using that. And you know what, I'm saying all this, not even talking about this boss right now, which is Rocksteady, who is basically, you know, one of the staple characters that you see along with Shredder and Kraang, one of the like first 2 mutants that they create to beat the turtles.
Easy peasy.
I believe it's like 2 thugs that were mixed with both Rhino and Warthog DNA to make these 2, and they mainly serve as like, you know, the comic relief joke characters that the turtles are always fighting. So here goes our preview for our next boss, who we're going to take on in this video too. I'm just going to switch out the turtles to be different ones so we can see all of them. So Cowbell, you unlock the special request from Irma. We can go over to her place now and see what she wants us to do, and also there goes Burns' little icon in the bottom left. So episode 3 is Mutants over Broadway. Like, ooh, I want to say Mike. No, I think Raphael. No, not Raphael. Maybe Donnie or Mikey said it. I'm not too terribly familiar with their voices, so it's like hard to tell sometimes unless they say like something really specific. So in this one, we're going to take this on as Michelangelo, and oh my god. As you're going through like these particular types of levels, if you see a red exclamation mark, that means you want to avoid that area because there is a hazard that's going to be showing up soon. If it is a purple hazard sign, that means there's going to be an enemy coming that you want to avoid, or attack, depending on what your preference is. And for one of the challenges you saw right here was like, do it without taking any bit of damage or without getting hit by the damn obstacles. And I managed to fail at both of those already, but I will do this again, in my own spare time at least, in order to get those achievements done, just because I don't know why. Ever since like since I bought this, I've been so hell-bent on doing everything and collecting everything that it has been ridiculous. So I've been really enjoying this game far too much, and it's gotten to the point to where I'm kind of all turtled out for right now. At least by the time like I was done playing this and getting all the footage done, which is like last night at like 3 p.m. because I just had to get everyone's levels maxed out, and that was annoying. Well, it was time consuming. Ooh, those trucks really do come in handy. That's another thing you'll notice too in this game, because there'll be some bosses in this game that are like a 2-for-1, so we're going to be fighting like 2 people at once, and if they attack, you know, like the whole area and they hit the other boss that's in there, they will still do damage to that boss. So that's fortunate for us because it gives me a little bit more leeway in my fighting, just because I can have extra chance to get extra damage onto them by having their own partner damage them for me. In fact, something you can do if you're either on the Switch or on, I want to say, what's it called? PC Go, the one I'm playing on. On Switch and PC, since you can play as like 6 characters at once, you're able to have like the whole cast here fighting all at once, and that is both hectic as hell and super freaking cool, because in all the cutscenes we see, it shows, you know, all the turtles there, as well as April and Splinter helping out in this adventure to like take down Kraang, Shredder, and all of them. So I really wish I had more people to play this with, but like I said, since I am a big fan of this genre of games, I really wanted to play this, like, honestly, like, day one. If I knew this came out like 2 days prior on the 16th, when, you know, it originally came out, I didn't see it till like the 18th when one of my friends told me, hey, this game's out now. Like, what? I immediately took out my credit card and I bought that shit because I love this game so much. And I've been looking forward to it for the past 2 years. So yeah, I'm gonna have no problem playing this again with them, and it'll probably be a lot more fun, just so I can like harass them and, you know, help them get stuff too, and hopefully they can help me get my remaining stuff on here. In fact, that's gonna be the most annoying thing when I go to do this on my PS4, because I bought that ribbon to try to get all the trophies, since they're pretty much going to be the exact same. The only annoying thing will be like the online stuff, because I don't like paying for online games for my consoles anymore, just because I feel like it's a waste of money. If I'm going to pay for online, it's going to be through PC gaming, because that's already paid for. Anyway, we're already at the boss for this, which is the Turtle Tenderizer, which is being driven by Bebop and Rocksteady. So this one is kind of annoying, just because if you get too close, you will get knocked back, and every time you attack, it does kind of move you forward just a little bit, so there's no good way to like stack heavy damage on it at a single point in time before, you know, you're propelling yourself forward, getting knocked back, or trying to avoid Rocksteady's fucking pumpkin-ass bombs that he's sending all throughout here. And this move is particularly annoying, because I don't know how to like perfectly dodge that without getting hit. Bebop's attack with the freaking turtle shell on chain, that's pretty easy to maneuver against. Just when you see it pop his head out, you just back up, and it'll be pretty simple to avoid. As for Rocksteady's bomb throwing thing, like, it's here and there, so not easy to dodge. I guess like the main thing, if you jump, you're pretty be able to like get over it without much difficulties. But I digress. I had a semi-rough time doing this, in this one at least, just because I wasn't too familiar with the oh, see, like that. Every time I got hit and I came right back and I was like rolling forward, I accidentally get hit again, and that just caused me to take more damage that led to a death, which could have been easily avoided. In fact, I don't know if I end up like having any on-screen deaths. I definitely died during this playthrough of this game, but I mostly think they were like off-screen, since I did take breaks in between like 2 to 3 episodes that I completed while recording, so it wasn't enough time for me to like, you know, get too burnt out, just so I didn't like die the whole way and didn't feel like playing this anymore. But yeah, this move, when they go back in and start driving all over the highway, like, it's so unpredictable with its pattern, because I want to say there's like maybe 4 different combinations I can do, and the most common one they end up doing is going in the freaking like diamond pattern. At least to me. But like I said, in the prior video, make sure that you're using your taunts, because that is a godsend to help you build up your special meter, because that's going to let you do more damage. And I wish I did that more, so keep that in mind too. Also, there's one of the hidden trophies, I think. No, it's not a hidden trophy. It's just a regular trophy. When you're doing a taunt, make sure there's an enemy nearby so they can hit you mid-taunt, and you'll get the come on trophy / achievement. So before we move forward, I need to go ahead and switch out my turtle so we can play as Donatello. In episode 4, which is Rumble in the Zoo, and I think this might be the last episode we tackle in this one.
Rumble in the Zoo!
So it's at this point in the game where I have no idea who the fuck anyone is. I know Bebop, Rocksteady, Kraang, Shredder, I know them, but the two bosses we go against in this episode, I had no idea who they were. So as soon as I saw them, like, who the heck are these guys? They're like discount Bebop and Rocksteady. So here goes the challenges for this level. I don't think I do them on screen. I know I don't do the grab one on screen, I have to come back and do that one later. If you see anything that looks remotely breakable, which will be pretty obvious to notice, some are at least, there are actually like one or two that I didn't notice, which is the ones that I end up missing for collectibles that I didn't show on screen, that I'll just point out to you later on when we get to it, because it was so, like, it was so well hidden. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think to actually like hit that. And then there are some things that are so well hidden that I end up finding just because I was like jumping and hitting buttons to like break shit, and I accidentally hit something that I was supposed to. Of course, there are hazards like the fire hydrant and what is it called? The coin meter, that would use parked cars that you can use as traps and projectiles to hit other opponents with. And there goes a secret diary for Irma. And we just got some foot soldiers here that are just eating ice cream, not really doing anything evil, but you know, we want to make sure that the city is safe, so we'll just take them out regardless anyway. And of course, I still want to avoid the freaking manhole just because they took that thing off and I don't want to fall through it. Thankfully, like, it's actually pretty funny when you do fall through it because all the turtles, as well as April and Splinter, have their own, you know, little voice clips they say whenever they fall down. And it's honestly enjoy. Oh! So, I feel like these guys are probably in it, but I have never heard of the Punk Frogs either. They're another collectible, or they're another group of collectibles that we need to do in order to, like, get one of the achievements called, what, cameos? Actually, they're tied to two. The cameo one, which is finding all the people, and they also have a side quest for us to do. Pretty much the Punk Frogs are exactly like the Ninja Turtles, they're mutants, but instead of turtles, they're frogs, and they're based in Florida. And all four of them are named after famous conquerors. There's Rasputin, Attila, Genghis, and Napoleon. And yeah, I had no idea who any of them were until, you know, like midway through this game, and I started seeing more and more fighting all four of them, and as well as the end of the game where they become a slight nuisance to the turtles. Not intentionally though, they're pretty cool. They're pretty much exactly like, you know, how the turtles are in New York, but they're in Florida. Oh, well, that was kind of weird. So yeah, and for this one, I don't learn this so much later on. You can either avoid that by going up to that big patch of grass in the upper part, or by just jumping over them. Honestly, the easier thing to do, go into the grass. So these archer foot ninjas, all they'll do is send one volley of arrows at you, and once they shoot, they're going to mosey out the way and just pretend you don't exist. So if you beat them, cool. If you don't sweat it. Honestly, we just dodge their attacks so you can get through and just move on. But that's just a few more extra points that we could be using to level up our character, so I would make sure to take it. And honestly, I did it again. I should have just went right back and avoided doing this. Oh, here goes another one of our collectibles, the disgusting bug. This is tied to the Punk Frogs that we were just talking about a minute ago, because their collectibles are those, and I think we have to get, what, like 8 of them? And pretty much you can find them easily in trash cans and stuff like that if you just break it. However, there was one I did miss back in, I want to say it's like episode 12, just because it was like, so I feel like it wasn't that well hidden. It's more like it was obscured from my line of sight because of the way something else was positioned that I didn't even get the good view at it when we were going through that stage. Thankfully I had pizza there to actually like save me because I was about to die. And I'm sitting on a ninja power right now I could be using, but instead I'm being stingy and not realizing it. And of course, these freaking robots are like messing me up because of it. Also, these monkeys are throwing dang bananas at us. I don't know why. Like, do we look like we're oppressors? Why are you attacking me? And I want to break this. cool. And there's the classic headline in there, and I think that was the third one that we collected, either third or second. I feel like it might have been third. Anyway, here's the boss for this episode.
You're gonna get the horns, partner. Can you dig it, suckers?
Yeah, Groundchuck and Dirtbag. I have no idea who these guys were. When it sounds like, why are we facing Discount Bebop and Rocksteady? And honestly, there's two annoying things about this boss fight. There is one freaking dirtbag making damn holes everywhere that you can fall into. That's a major annoyance. And the second thing is freaking Groundchuck, who freaking does this charging move, who is invincible when he's doing it, but thankfully it does hurt Dirtbag while he's doing it. The only real good way I can get decent shots off on him is when he does his horn attack thing, just because he stays stationary and I can get behind him and start attacking. But for the most part, every time he did it, he was either on corners of it where it wasn't a good way for me to actually hit him. Of course, if you do a decent amount of damage on them, they will retaliate and try to do a forward attack to actually hurt you. So just make sure do maybe 3 or 4 hits and then immediately dodge roll in the opposite direction so you can avoid that. I think some bosses at certain parts, they will actually it will transition into a state to where you can actually attack them because they're doing a different move. This one was actually really challenging at first, just because I wasn't too used to the freaking patterns for the boss fight, so I ended up dying twice, and I have never had that problem later on in this game past this stage with these two. Thankfully, I wasn't even focusing on Dirtbag. Groundchuck ended up mostly taking him out for me towards the end, while I'm still mostly dying due to his bullshit over here with his damn charging and everything. But I just need to get a few more good hits if he actually stands still. And of course, since he's low on health and he started glowing red, this means he's going to start moving a little bit faster to get a little bit more aggressive. Hopefully get a few... Oh, I got really close to dying in this. Honestly, I should have died. Thankfully he did that move again, and that was enough for me to actually get the final hits on him. So yeah, I had never gotten that close to being game over during this playthrough, so thankfully, hopefully, we won't have that happen again. But that is 4 stages down now, and we're making pretty good progress.
Kraang's head is getting away, dudes!
Don't worry, Mikey, we're gonna follow him down to wherever the hell he's falling. Alright, so yeah, we did finish Burns' request. So with that, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. So as always, please let me know how your day is going down in the comments below. And if you guys liked the video, give it a like, leave a comment, all those good things I'm going to say at the end of my episodes. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So until then, take care, everyone. And also, that's it for Burns' request. So say later, Burn.